What's wrong with going ALK 402? Firstly, 401 ALK is not the same thing as 402 ALK. You have essentially lost efficiency because he'll be throwing acid instead of putting acid mix plus berserk brew on the monkeys that actually matter. You pretty much have spent more money to completely gimp your alchemist. Now he's got 10k dumped into him to achieve less than you did before. Honestly, if you cannot look at 401 and 402 and tell me they're the same thing, you can't distinguish basic background details in your environment. A basic and essential human function that's performed by some of the most infantile members of our race. All this considered, neck yourself mouth breathing moron. Yo. Holy shit. Yo, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy Frame1 back with another reaction for you guys, and in today's video we are going to be checking out Bloons TD6 review, Losing It TM edition. And I feel like I'm having a stroke every time I'm reading one of Seth's video titles. But yeah, we got another Seth video here today, and it's always a good day when we're checking out Seth because he's always got the best storytelling, his editing's always on point, his jokes are always hilarious. So thank you to everybody who recommended this video. I'm going to put you guys up on the screen now. Apologize if I missed some of you guys. I know I did for sure. There were a lot of you who recommended this video. I just couldn't find all the comments, so I'm sorry. Thanks to everybody who's been continuously leaving recommendations. Keep those coming. I got more heat on the way. But with all that being said, let's just jump right into this one, guys. I don't want to keep you. Bloons TD6 review, and I believe this is the tower defense game, right? I think I've seen this on Steam before.
I live in the middle of nowhere, on unpronounceable street on the first floor.
Okay.
There's only one floor. My name is SsethTzeentach.
What?
I'm
Wait,
27 years old. I believe in taking care of myself in a balanced diet and a rigorous exercise routine. In the morning, if my hands aren't shaking, I'll take 360 milligrams of extended release amphetamine while doing my daily jog session. I can do 1,000 now. After I start to feel heart palpitations, I go to the vitamin closet. For multivitamins, I take 2 gummy dinosaurs. Then...
Is this actual live footage that Seth has recorded? I feel like I've never seen this before in one of his videos. What the hell is going on here?
A gummy fruit pastel.
A serial killer setup.
Then I chug down 2-gram paracetamol to slow the approaching migraine while I prepare the rest of my routine. I always use a painkiller with little or no risk of stomach ulcers.
Now, how much of this is accurate? I remember somebody commented saying something about how Seth had started or stopped. I think it was he stopped taking his ADHD medication. So some of his videos ended up getting a lot more sporadic, and his storytelling and I guess his narration just in general started to get more out of control, I guess you could say, for lack of better words. So yeah, I'm assuming some of this is actually true about these medications. I don't know about all of it, but...
Ulceration, because stomach ulcers are incredibly painful and make you die. Then 2 tabs of zinc, then omega-3, followed by a final megadose of vitamin D3. There's an idea of a SsethTzeentach, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me, only an entity. Something illusory, and though I can hide my cold gaze and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I simply
he's got the whey protein.
Hey people.
Jesus
Seth
Christ.
Here. Hello, my little...
That kind of got a little heavy all of a sudden. Jesus. Hopefully you guys can let me know more about the old medication thing, because I know some of that's probably true. I don't know about all of it, but... Jeez, man. Or maybe he'll get into it more in this video. We'll see as it goes on. But yeah, if not, then please fill me in on all the details about this, because I'd like to know a little bit of lore about Seth. Just a little tidbit of experience from my life dealing with people that did take a lot of ADHD medications. I don't know if I'm reading too much into this or even how much of this is true, but if it is true, I'm assuming some of it is. I used to work with some guy who took a lot of ADHD medication, and he would talk about sometimes how he hadn't felt emotion since he was like 12 years old or whenever the age he got diagnosed and started taking prescription meds. So maybe that's a little similar to what Seth is saying, how he's saying there's no real me, you know what I mean, just an entity. I don't know. I'm probably reading too much into this, but I'm starting to ramble now.
Little dart monkeys. It's been a while. Apologies. I had to take a short break from the hustle because if you only made 2 videos in 6 months, something's not right. And while ADHD medication is very useful to satisfy expectation and fit into the psychopathic mold
What the fuck am I watching right now? Hold on.
After 7 years of regular consumption, it's good to take a break. Since withdrawal kicked in, the only thing I have energy for is getting out of bed, feeding the colony, and playing Bloons. Bloons Tower Defense 6, written and pronounced as if you were dyslexic, is a homeland defense simulator where
Interesting. Wait, going back to what he said, he was experiencing heavy withdrawal from the ADHD medications for like 6 months, man. Wow. I can't imagine being prescribed something for that long, and it becomes like a part of your routine. It also alters the way your mind functions, you know what I mean? Jeez.
You and your men are the only thing
okay, let's get into the game
between
now.
Life and the complete and utter annihilation of monkey civilization. The stakes are high.
I used to love playing tower defense games as a kid, man. I should probably play this.
How could that possibly be a threat to monkey civilization?
Back when I was really young and we only had one family PC and it wasn't like very powerful. I don't even think it had a dedicated graphics card. I used to only be able to play browser games because that's all the PC could handle, right? Like Flash games, things of that nature. And a lot of them were tower defense games. So I feel like this is gonna hit pretty close to home for me.
Civilization, I'll tell you, because it's a choking hazard.
So a lot of people play this game.
The tract of a rhesus macaque is very slim, and if a child inhales enough rubber, they're going to die of asphyxiation. I've never tested this, but I'm just assuming. For any civilization, several generations of high infant mortality, and we're on the brink of extinction. And so, the most primitive form of monkey weaponry emerged. The original, decisive answer to the rubber question. Darts. Dart monkeys could finally pop Bloons from a safe distance.
Okay, wait, sorry. I'm gonna focus on what he's talking about with the gameplay, but also one more question about the ADHD medication. He said he was experiencing withdrawals for the past like 6 or 7 months or so. Does this mean he's back now on the medication for this video? I don't know why I'm so invested in this, but, you know, I have questions.
They couldn't account for what happened next. You see, for every balloon you deflate, you get 2 more. That's because they reproduce faster.
Right.
You
need more monkeys,
now,
man.
We've introduced natural selection of a balloon population. Tougher, more resistant fibers, translucent material, higher
metal balloon
capacities, and even limited regeneration of lost tissue start being selected for in the balloon population, thus beginning the eternal arms race between technology and an all-consuming, rapidly evolving bioweapon.
Where does he find these clips?
Think this game is a joke, that this review is a joke. It isn't. It's very much a Crisis just got released on PC in 2007 situation where all the critique and anger is coming from people who, 1, don't own it, or 2, can't run it because they don't have the RTX 3080 necessary to even boot up the game.
I got the 3080
on low settings.
I can play this game.
Good game. We begin by starting cheat engine, loading the following cheat table, hooking up the executable, and from there enable editable values, get player. Double click the action value and change it to get player info. It should update with your current values, which you edit by double clicking. Apply them by changing the action value to set player info. If you don't see anything, tab into a different menu and switch back. This will very likely get you banned. However, using every other cheat will not. You can exploit this by earning monkey money, turning on
How can you get banned from a single player game? What the fuck is going on here? There's got to be like an online leaderboard system or something like that then, right?
Infinite monkey money and buying anything equal to or below your total sum of monkey money without spending a single dime. Dear Ninja Kiwi, I'm sorry for telling everyone how to bypass your shitty in-game cash shop. I don't do it out of pleasure. I do it out of moral obligation to inconvenience anyone and anything that comes out of New Zealand. To play the game, pick a map, pick a difficulty, and try to finish it.
New Zealand's beautiful.
For reference, anything under hard difficulty is meant for children. Are you a child? I hope not. How did you end up here? Did your mother leave you alone with a tablet, assuming that the cold hard expanse of the internet is somehow an appropriate surrogate to parental attention? In which case, I'm incredibly sorry. I'm sure your parents...
Why does Uber Danger film all of his videos on his back, like in bed?
will take full accountability for your impending developmental issues. But I digress. As my good friend Mandalore Gaming often says, can we stop discussing children? Hard is the starting baseline difficulty. Think of it as a rite of passage before the game considers you competent enough to stand a chance of winning the actual game. The actual game is Chimps Mode, an acronym which stands for no continues, no hearts lost, no income, no monkey knowledge, no powers, and no selling. Effectively,
Jesus Christ
is no longer an option, and a single mistake will undo your entire run.
One heart, one balloon
of monkey fortitude. Basically, you're training yourself up to handle the worst this game can throw at you without any help. There's many monkeys and many balloons. Different balloons require different monkeys to sufficiently deflate and destroy them. While the most basic and primordial balloon, the red balloon, can be popped by any monkey, the situation quickly becomes more complicated.
Holy shit, what are those?
Balloons come in layers.
Those aren't even balloons.
But not limited to camo, lead, ceramic, LGBT, each with their own properties, strengths, and weaknesses. They also come in sizes.
Pride Month is over. It's actually Pride Month right now.
BFBs, Zongs, and Bads. These initially serve as boss encounters, which, following the Dark Souls Miyazaki school of thought, eventually become regular enemies. In general, these are gigantic, gestating balloon females, which, upon popping, release their entire brood on the battlefield.
This is crazy. How do you even follow what's going on the screen?
Until round 90, when you encounter your first DDT. After 20 minutes of play, which you're going to lose in 2 seconds. There is a common anecdote on the Bloons TD6 Reddit. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, and Ninja Kiwi how they recorded their Moab popping sound. Let's talk about monkeys. In total, there's 22 different monkeys across 4 different trees. Primary, military, magic, and support. Each
that's
has
sick.
Their own purpose and place on the battlefield.
There's different classes of monkeys. That's actually awesome.
Shooter. Boomerang monkey has curved shots and can switch hands. Bomb shooter counters lead.
That's not a monkey. That's a cannon.
Everything else. Ice monkey.
What?
Glue gunner. Nobody knows what they do because nobody picks them. Sniper monkey has infinite range. Monkey sub bottoms for the monkey dom. Monkey buccaneer upgrades to the entire East India Trade Company.
Holy
monkey
shit!
has nuclear capabilities. Heli pilot can solo the game. Mortar monkey is incredibly accurate. Dartling gunner comes with his own panic button.
Laser beams.
Stealth. Wizard monkey counters your ability to see.
What the fuck is going on with these phoenixes? What is happening?
Alchemist turns lead.
Half of this shit is not even monkeys.
To gold. Druid turns crops into gold. Banana farm turns bananas
so
into
resources.
banking.
Cool.
Monkey village supports the home front. Spike factory keeps out the homeless.
This
And
game is surprisingly
is
deep.
Less popular than the ice monkey. In reality, you don't have to know all of that. All you need to know is the current meta pick. So you can turn your brain off for half an hour and still scavenge some dopamine for your zoomy receptors. Each monkey comes with 3 different upgrade trees, which are mutually exclusive to each other. You can.
What he just said is like the unfortunate consequence of the era we're living in, the information era with gaming, because every game eventually ends up just getting solved, I guess you can say, and people figure out what the most optimal way to play every game is. And that information is so readily available and spread online that it kind of removes a little bit of that mystery and the aspect of discovery. And I think that element of gaming is what provides a lot of the fun, you know, like being able to discover and find things out for yourself and learn how to beat the game in like different ways. But a lot of people don't care about that, and they just want to beat the game, right? So people just want to know what the best way to play it and beat it the quickest way, you know? But
can pursue
I don't know.
one tree up to 5 and benefit from
I digress.
2 levels of another. When we talk strategy, we use the free number nomenclature, which denotes the number of upgrades in each tree in descending order. For example, this is what it looks like when I smack down a 103 Dart Monkey, a 200 and a 301 Alchemist. This is handy to know when somebody starts screaming at you that a 401 Alchemist is not the same as a 402, that you're wasting precious animation frames on something that doesn't benefit you, that you have effectively.
What's wrong with going Elk 402? Firstly, 401 Elk is not the same fucking thing as 402 Elk. You have essentially lost efficiency because he'll be throwing acid instead of putting acid mix plus Berserk Brew on the monkeys that actually matter. You pretty much have spent more money to completely gimp your alchemist. Now he's got 10k dumped into him to achieve less than you did before. Honestly, if you could look up 401 and 402 and tell me they're the same thing, you can't distinguish basic background details in your environment. A basic and essential human function that's performed by some of the most infantile members of our race. All this considered, neck yourself mouth breathing moron. Yo. Holy shit.
Gimp yourself out of an expensive investment, and instead of
people are
Bloons,
fucking serious,
consider the rope. The Bloons community is nothing if not passionate. On top of that,
no kidding.
Heroes. There's many to choose from, so choose wisely. Because
cool.
you only get to bring one of them. These include
like Warcraft
Quincy,
3,
who never whiffs, not a single arrow. Sada, my beloved. Adora, who is adorable, and also powered by blood sacrifice. In the same way as a 33rd degree Mason. Benjamin, who stands
actually, you have to kill monkeys to power them up.
Else. Picking him in a multiplayer game is considered a form of griefing at best, and at worst, a hate crime.
Also, there's multiplayer in this. That's pretty sick. I thought this was completely single player. Now it makes sense how you can get banned. Okay.
And of course, Funny Tank Monkey, and many more. So let's talk about strategy. You're going to open with Quincy into a 301 Ninja, followed by a 200 Alchemist. Upgrade Alchemist to 301. Ninja to 402. Smack down a 200 Monkey Village. Then place your 320 Heli Pilot Alchemist to 401. Heli to 420. Village to 30. And finally, finish your 520 Heli Pilot. There, that's your current meta pick. Clears everything from hard to chimps with minimal thinking.
Holy shit! I feel like he's completely serious about that. You can probably just beat every single level just by following that 10-second tutorial.
But who cares?
Jesus H.
Secondly, it's not enough to win advanced and expert level maps. And it's certainly not enough to beat boss events. There's 2 bosses and they rotate every week.
I understand wanting to play meta in like a competitive multiplayer game, like, I don't know, League of Legends, Valorant, Dota, you know, things of that nature. But in a single player game, come on.
Bloonarius, the Inflator, and
what
the Lich.
Fuck?
I say this unironically. I've seen a lot of erotic
Bloonarius
of Bloonarius porn, if you will, and it makes me act up. Boss events
Excuse
are interesting.
me?
On the one hand, yes, you can pay to win. On the other hand, it's not going to save you, because for reference, the last round of Chimps, round 100, features a single BAD. This has 28,000 HP. Tier 5 Bloonarius spawns round 120 with 3 million, and if it's elite Bloonarius, 40 million. So
these numbers mean nothing to me, but it seems insane based on what's going on the screen.
War with money we don't have. We need free bits of monkey knowledge from a support tree. Bigger deals, backroom deals, bank deposit.
So there's trees that I guess some of these stats persist like over every single game. Interesting. So you could level up certain trees of I guess classes of monkey by spending real money. I don't know. I'm assuming you can make this currency as well in game, but it's probably way slower than if you just paid it out straight out of the cash shop.
Naturally, we take Benjamin for a free stacking of Benjamins. Then you convert your first monkey farm into a 240, giving us access to IMF loans. IMF, standing for the International Monkey Fund. Take the loan, deposit twice, wait a single round, collect interest, cash out, and repeat. Use borrowed money to make more banks, to take more loans, to borrow more money. Then upgrade your bank to 250, or Monkeynomics, with the descriptor for when you're too big to fail, thus creating the Federal Reserve. And now
that's pretty funny.
Money directly out of thin air. Inflation.
Nice.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Take
don't talk
loans,
about that.
Print more money. Get a 500 nuclear sub so we can borrow, print, and spend even faster. But what exactly are we spending?
Yeah, what are we making all this money for?
A very expensive sacrifice. Because ultimately, there's only one way to win war. Blood.
No.
A lot of blood. Money is merely the vehicle to convince you. We just need you to die. And so, fittingly, the strongest tower in the game requires a mountain of sacrifice, consuming everything and everyone around it. Twice, because there's 2 upgrades. The true Sun God is the second strongest tower in the game. If you're currently seeing this, it means I fucked up and I have to reset. The vengeful true Sun God is the strongest tower in the game.
Vengeful true Sun God, interesting.
Cause of aneurysms each time I miss a single step in this 35-page wiki article. But he is worth the effort. He can solo the entire boss. On normal. On elite difficulty, however, you have to fill every square pixel of your screen with monkeys, sacrifice them all, only to receive a low-degree paragon and quit the game very calmly. Confused?
What is happening?
I invite you to read the 39-page wiki article. Consult this simple
I'm so confused. Hey, Wolfram, used to use that shit back in the day.
Just as confused.
I'm so fucking confused.
Into body bags, but the
what the hell?
Is well justified. It's pretty much the only way you can possibly
what is the fuck is going on
elite difficulty. There's many more modes in this game. Odysseys, which are monkey campaigns. Races, which are going to get me banned someday. Custom challenges, which have to be played yourself after making them to ensure that it's actually possible to beat. Instead, I use cheat engine.
Oh, it's like the fucking Mario Maker levels where you have to be able to actually prove that you could beat it before you can upload it online. Makes sense.
Impossible to finish and post them online for unsuspecting victims. And of course,
wait, sorry, how did he say he beat it? Using a cheat engine?
Possible to beat. Instead, I use cheat engine to make maps that are physically impossible to finish and post them online for unsuspecting victims. And of course,
that's pretty
multiplayer.
Good. Wait, my Monkey Wall Street.
Which looks a little like this.
Holy fuck, it's gonna
where the blades coming from? What's doing that?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Shit. Arguably, it's harder than single player because you all share the same income. This leads to the inevitable situation where everybody picks Benjamin, buys a turn 12 banana farm, and we lose the game. It's a lot of fun. It's incredibly fun, interactive, and dynamic.
Wait, everyone shares the same income so people can just grief and spend all the money?
When one of your friends pops down a sun temple right next to your farms, consuming all of your income.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Why'd everything go by?
That reaction.
What? Did I clear the whole map? What the fuck?
Oh
In the
my
industry,
god.
this is known as a skill issue. To answer a question I've been hearing, what is
Whoa.
Bloons Tower Defense 6? It is when you can physically no longer see what you're doing. When the screen
game's gonna give me a
is filled with
seizure.
so much shit that all you're left with is an assault of flashing lights and pop.
What is
That's
happening,
what
man?
6 is all about. It's amazing. Also, how much you can handle on screen, great benchmark for your hardware.
Yeah, no
you'll get
kidding.
Somebody talking shit about how great their processor is, just because Rakesh at the Dell store told them so. And suddenly, they drop from the game.
Holy
Being real
shit,
quiet
yeah.
Ever since. I do, however, have some critique. I've heard so many pops
Very
that I've
fried
developed
people's
tinnitus.
CPUs,
I've listened to the
GPUs.
soundtrack for so long that if I hear it alone, in isolation,
You said he got
my brain
tinnitus?
fills in the gaps and creates audible popping. But I think that's a fair
Oh my
price to pay.
God.
Also, New Zealand company jacks up the in-game price of the Australian flag. Very base. Unfortunately,
pretty
this
good.
game does run like ass sometimes. It doesn't like being left in the background, and it doesn't close
Memory
properly
leaks?
for me. So
Classic.
I made a little batch file to kill the process. I recommend you do the same. It does save progress on maps, so usually you don't lose anything. I
Oh,
think
cool.
Anybody can enjoy Bloons TD6. I saw one of the
That's a
top
smart
reviews of
guy.
some guy saying it helped him get over his divorce. If it could help him, maybe it can help you. Before you cast it off as a joke and an unserious suggestion.
Quit your human occupation, granted
Maybe
you have
it can
one. What did that
help
say?
you Before you cast it
And play nothing but BTD non-stop.
off as a
Yup.
joke and an unserious suggestion. Consider the possibility that you live in a tyrannical society where
Okay.
at any time you can be muzzled, beaten, and put into captivity
D-Day?
until you die. Considering these things,
Oh my
maybe it's
God,
not a
it's
joke.
Saving Private
Maybe
Ryan.
You're the clown, and the punchline is your entire existence. In summary, Bloons TD6, 10 out of 10. Very
Wow.
recommended. Very fun. The price is very affordable.
Yeah,
If you
no
can't,
kidding.
I recommend gaslighting family members into giving you money, blackmailing relatives, or petty crime. Remember, always under 1,000. That's the threshold for felonies.
That's
Gotta
true.
keep that
That
record
is true.
Squeaky clean. Or, as I've heard it said, get that fong out yo boosie, playa. As always, more content to come. So
What?
stay tuned. This is the end of good videos. Here on out, there are no good videos. I'm tired of living in fear of some commenter coming at me saying, Seth, you actually made a factual error. Correct. I did. And I'll do it again. Without the muzzle of quality control, I can flow more freely, like a sewage drain. As always, a warm thanks to the many members of a Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these
Dude,
videos.
I feel like I barely even spoke in the second half of this video. Oh, wait, hold on. Is there more? Let me just listen to this real quick.
You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Okay.
Sorry you got twisted up in
Oh.
this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Dude, yo, this video was insane. I could not process what I was viewing. There was so much going on at the screen at once. On top of that, in the second half of the video, he was just going off on random tangents. I couldn't even interject myself into what he was saying because every sentence it felt like he was talking about something else. I don't know. That was funny, man. You know, that was a great video. Thank you guys to everybody who recommended it. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy. Drop a sub if you want to see some more stuff from me. And keep leaving those recommendations. This was great. I have questions about Seth's... I have questions about Seth's medication. I'm sure hopefully you guys can answer some of those questions down in the comments below. Somebody said something about a off the meds era or something like that, and I could totally understand this because the narration in this video was so disjointed, but I mean, it was funny. Seth's hilarious. Great jokes as always. Thank you guys again. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.